Hey, are y'all noticing video issues? I mean, I had audio issues I fixed, but now like looks like the encoding is poor. Give me a no, the video, not the audio. Really? No, the video.
It's time for Power Hour.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the stream. It's been a while. Been out chasing tornadoes and catching 5-6 a.m. flights and driving for many miles. So here we are. Good to see y'all. All right, really. And it's good to see Bitcoin, right? We're just 2 days ago, we had the highest daily and weekly candle close in human history. And guess what? We're going again. We are in power hour the last 60 minutes before the daily close in crypto. And we're threatening another all-time high close. And really closing above this 106,200, you know, the candle high close all-time high from December and the candle close all-time high from January 21st. There's nothing here until 1084. So we might see that this evening. We might see that throughout the night. Or we might see it tomorrow. But this is a spectacular event that is unfolding before our very eyes, where the bearish shark pattern completion zone, bearish divergence, it's falling on deaf ears. Too much demand for now. And you gotta love to see it, because the reaction, that 5% reaction we saw as soon as that 886 was tested initially, caught zero follow through, just sideways consolidation, paused, caught a pause, and now we're kind of going again. And so you can kind of see, well, hopefully you can clearly see, not in 4K because we can't do that in here, but in 1080p above my head, you can kind of see what we got going on. I'll try to scale in for you here on the big screen. It's kind of like deja vu. It's like upsloping consolidation, break to the upside, upsloping consolidation. Hopefully it's a rerun. That is what we're testing, it seems like, at the same time, right? Like the overhead resistance looking left. I'll show you how I have this painted on the 4 hour, right? That 106.862, like the highest 4 hour the former highest 4 hour candle close in history back in mid-December. That's why it's there. And then the really nice formal tests, after the all-time high up thrust, the bearish back test once, twice, thrice, and then the failure from buyers that last time, lack of demand, and then it rolled over. That's where we are. I mean, you can't tell me that's not like a major inflection point. So we're like kind of trading at it. We're below it by like $9 as I'm speaking to you, but at the same time, possibly like anchoring 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. We're just 1 and 2 on the bottom with a nice touch on the third time, and then 1 and 2 on the top with tests and respect to the it's good respect, just like we had here. You had 1 and 2 and 3, and then respect both ways. So I'm hoping we can break it soon. I figured we might have been cooked right here, like one test, sell off, and then it was like, man, this is like confirming accumulation, right? One low, the second low, then the third low, but the third low had a form of confirmation. But then when it ran up to test resistance, it was like a shooting star, and then a bearish engulfing candle didn't look too hot, and then Wall Street opened this morning, and then throughout the day we ran to test the top of this channel again, and that's we've been testing for better part of 7 hours. So we need something, man. We need Trump to come out and just say, I love Bitcoin or something. We don't need much probably at this point. Taylor just keeps buying. Metaplanet, they're buying. We got Bitcoin treasury companies just mass bidding. They are like the Night King. They are trying to break down this wall. If you remember the sell wall, dude, 2019, similar situation here. Knock, knock. When we break it, the target quickly would probably be the 113% retrace, which would be 114,000 and change, 114.3 or something. And I'll just show you real quick. Like if the anytime an 886 chart doesn't catch any asks, well then it starts running, then you just start saying, all right, fine. Then the 113 chart, right here, let's just say 114,000. All right, 113. Yeah, $114,000 target. So, but it is just crazy to see with divergence, harmonics, the dragon tail continues to grow. The countryside continues to be ravaged by this behemoth, what has turned into be a Glaurung situation. Don't look Glaurung in the eyes, chat. Only real ones will know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we'll rename the Gulf to the Gulf of Bitcoin. That might be what we need to get to all-time highs tonight, tomorrow. We're very close. And someone pointed out in the Discord, a 5-day. I don't really care about the 5-day. I mean, who looks at the 5-day? 3-day. Well, what we saw was the highest 3-day candle close ever a couple days ago, along with the highest daily, along with the highest weekly. And now we have a day and an hour. So the 3-day candle close will be tomorrow, but we already had history here. So we're now going for another form of history on another time scale right here. It's power hour, all caps, for the 5-day. And bullish engulfing candle to boot. 5-day oscillators look phenomenal. Like, God, there's no problems here, man. No divergence in this territory. And then we can take a look at that weekly since it's been a minute. Are y'all here? Are we good, man? Are y'all happy to see me again? I didn't know, man. We were out northeast Oklahoma in nature, and we got one, dude. So the highest weekly close in human history, just yesterday. Wait, 2 days ago. Sorry. I'm like a zombie right now. Okay, I'm running on fumes, no sleep. I've been trying to sleep. I can't sleep. Coffee. Oh man, I need to stream. Yeah. But like, dude, it's like 6 positive weekly candle closes in a row. You telling me we're going 7? Has Bitcoin gone 7 weekly candle closes in a row? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've gone 8 in a row. Back in October 2023 to December 2023, 8. So that's, I don't know if we've done more than 8. Have we had anyone? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. 1, 2, 3. Nope. Maybe here. Maybe back in 2020. 1, 2, 3. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We had 7 here back in October 2020, which was huge. That was the PayPal, Square. Started getting involved with Bitcoin and crypto. Celsius.
Orange man loves Orange Coin even more than my ex-wife. Bitcoin is the greatest long-lived Satoshi.
What's up, Bet112? Thanks so much, dude. That's not a very good AI Trump. That didn't sound like him. I'm not convinced. I think there are other versions that are better of him. Thank you. All right, so that's your Bitcoin update. Let's go to Bitcoin futures. That, remember, like, this is like where the shark is still really, it was there. It still is there. Like, undoubtedly so. But you're just trading above the pattern completion zone slightly. 107, 230. And, you know, just yesterday, it was a Monday. Not a Sunday, a Monday. Well, you know, futures reopened. We had an all-time high on the close. But still, you know, just no reaction, no reversal. We're floating in outer space. And what's so weird, it's like crazy, okay? Like watching the big tech stocks today not doing too hot. I mean, they're just kind of getting long in the tooth on their recoveries, their rallies. And not really getting favorable price action today anyway. Google had its I/O event. It didn't go well. Sold on that. Was down 2% at the lows. So big tech's kind of but then this is kind of like we should look at it. I mean, and Bitcoin's 107 right now on spot price. This is I don't know. I'm no economist, okay? But something's breaking. The Japanese 40-year yields was up over 5% today. It closed up 3.6%. It pulled back a little bit, but that's very concerning. Okay, we've never seen levels this high. You also had U.S. yields rallying. We had a bullish engulfing candle today, very elevated. That was amongst the highest levels we've seen in years. So interest rates continuing to climb. Gold rallying like something's going on behind the scenes, something under the hood of the global economic vehicle. Something's going on, man, and I don't know if it's good. It doesn't seem like it's good. So as Bitcoin people, we're like experiencing the sheer strength right now, and it's kind of like, can we believe it? It is almost hard to believe that Bitcoin's performing so utterly well in these market conditions. 107.1 now. We just flipped positive on this 4-hour candle for a second. See if it holds. Very strong. Bitcoin and gold rallying together while big tech. Remember, Bitcoin used to be like just another Mag 7, right? Just that used to be coupled up with them so well. Not anymore. it's in its own world, decoupled. And then we could look at, I want to check this. Bitcoin, the US dollar paired against the NASDAQ. Well, we already hit all-time highs on the 10th. But you can thank Tesla and a few others for big rallies. That's why we're not at all-time highs right now. But this one, you know, talking 10 days ago, hit all-time highs, and it's just back-tested old resistance as support, and it's just going. You know it's probably going to do it again. So Bitcoin, the US dollar paired against the spider. Same thing, where you just on the 11th, 10th and 11th hit all-time highs. That's going to probably continue. So just, I think there's something going on. And it has not really been, I mean, is this the debt spiral that's happening that Ray Dalio talks about? Interest rates keep rising, so the Fed's going to have to print stupid amounts of money to service the debt, right? The higher interest rates, the big print. So that can only, I mean, right? Isn't Bitcoin kind of like a money printer test? Well, it's acting like it. So we could be at all-time highs very soon if that's all unfolding. The Debt Star. What's up, Wall Street Mafia? Oh, it's Mesogamma. I hadn't seen him in a while, dude. Mesogamma and me, we chased together, dude. It was fun. We were on dirt roads, and Garth Brooks came on the radio. Friends in Low Places, I had to blare it. And there were cows. It was fun times, dude. But disappointing, because the tornado season in the Great Plains, at least in Oklahoma, was pretty bad this year. Like, there just weren't many opportunities. But what are you going to do? All right, so Bitcoin dominance continuing to rally. Have you noticed another thing, right? All these little aspects and of the markets, and it's like, oh, wow, Bitcoin's holding up so strong, and then the altcoins are just not doing really crap. I mean, a couple here, yeah, Lind and Tron. Okay, I got to like scroll through the Rolodex of the S coins. Oh, here's one that's doing but collectively, they're not doing great at all. They're not doing anything. And so this is the Bitcoin dominance chart just is put in its highest low of the multi-year uptrend, back tested this sell wall, buy wall, and is just rallying up. It's 64.1% right now. And you just got to wonder if this is going to continue. Going for 7 days in a row of positive closes. So this is not the altcoin market your grandma knows from the ICO boom of 2017, the 2021 joke, SBF loser, pet rock, monkey picture market. It's not. But maybe where the monkeys went was to Bitcoin treasury companies. Metaplanet, well, they're Japanese, and all they do is just buy Bitcoin now. I mean, since I discovered them, it's up 135% or something stupid. You couldn't believe it, like there's no pre-market trading, and it's just like, boom, it's up 30%, and then it closed up 41.57%. Who knows what's going to happen here? I probably won't end well. Might have a couple more crazy days, hits $10 and then crashes, but you got to wonder, when it crashes, will it put in a higher low than previous lows and run again? And you got to wonder, like, how many more of these are going to get created? How many more of these loser Russell 2000 joke companies are going to start just, you know what, man, we give up. We know we can't outperform the S&P 500 performance. Let's just buy Bitcoin. And you got to wonder, the Mag 7 didn't do too well today, but there was one of the 7 that did well. And guess what? I think it's the only one of the 7 that has Bitcoin on its balance sheet. Tesla? Yes. Something's going on, man. MicroStrategy, up 0.85%, up 0.29% after hours. They recaptured that 404 swing high from January 21st. And you just got to think, if Bitcoin's going to do something nuts tonight into tomorrow, 440 target. If you break 440, there's nothing there. It's wide open pastures, blue skies to the old major golden mean ratio, the 1.618. You know what I'm talking about? You go to the weekly, you anchor from the 2000 high to the lowest low from there, and that's the 1.618 right there. It reversed there perfectly. So beautiful stuff, man. I mean, why haven't you gone to Ethereum yet? Because who cares? It's up 0.08% every day. Here's Coinbase holding up after that nice pump, you know, the gap up. I don't even think it was earnings when it did that. Huge volume, and okay. And then, oh yeah, let me look at total real quick too. Sorry, are we coming in clear, loud and clear on the stream? Is it okay? Have I lost my touch, kinda? Dude, I mean, Bitcoin the 4 hour has been a Rubik's Cube. It's been a Rubik's Cube since May 10th, really. Just because the new data could be good. It's a lower high. It's a higher low on the weekend. It's a higher high, but then they reject resistance, then they dump it. I mean, that was crazy, man. We had like 5 or 6, 3 to 5% swings in less than 24 hours on Sunday. Not tradable, impossible, crazy. Let us look at total. We haven't heard his voice in a while. We got to ask him his thoughts and opinions on what's going on with the yield spikes. Jonathan, what do you think about the yields spiking for the U.S. and Japan, and like, you know, how Bitcoin's outperforming big tech? What do you think about that?
I like turtles.
Oh, interesting. Well, there you have it. He still likes turtles. Oh man, it's good to be back, man. Yeah, just look at that. Welcome to altcoins. Just think about it. If it was Bitcoin, we'd be up here, 3.63 trillion. But yeah, you got to deal with all the losers and the underperformers, all the altcoins. This is not the altcoin show. It is the Bitcoin show. Yeah, solid update for sure, G-Dog. That's right, mate. Sweat on in it. I sweat on in it. I like turtles, mate. Yeah, so if you... y'all gonna see something kind of doing the same thing as Bitcoin in a way. You know, they're kind of connected to crypto a little bit. Robinhood, right? Hitting that 886, kind of reacting, but no follow through, and just highest daily candle close confirmed since February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. 64.91 close up 1%. Trumpcoin, oh my God.
Anonymous tipped $25. Trumpcoin showing some life smile.
What? Dude, I was going to go there next, man, because Trumpcoin was so important. It was the most important coin. It was the most beautiful coin. It was one of a kind. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? You caught me in a good third wind situation. Official Trumpcoin, man. On Mex. Yeah, it does. This actually looks really good. This actually looks phenomenal. Price action correlation to a swing low from February, right? They violated, they recaptured, they reconfirmed, and you have time, and now a massive bullish engulfing candle. It's up 12.76% today. Easy $17 target, right? Whatever. Like we're saying, like if what we are witnessing is happening, which it seems like it with this candle, that's the target. That Trump dump, pump and dump Sunday fiasco. Okay, so that's, and then after that will be 2156 if it's going to continue. Something that's happening that's never happened on Trump ever is what? Higher low. Higher low. That's never happened, chat. We had the pump and the dump. Lower highs, lower lows. Lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, low, and now something's changing. You better believe it. No one will believe it when it happens. But yeah, if anything, stop loss around 12 bucks. Right? You have like an argument to maybe not own Trump coin if it falls below this little level here. But man, if you're above that level, go with God. So upside from where it is right now, like 18% upside minimum, and then after that would be about 50% upside after that. It's just there, man. It just is. Don't get mad at me, okay? Now, there you go, dude. Anonymous, that was for you. You're right. It actually does look okay. So I guess.
Since we started out on Bitcoin, let's go further into crypto.
Why? Why, Maxine, must we go further into crypto? It's fine. Just doing nothing. But hey, dude, this is you wouldn't believe $2,400 what it is. It's a very important level. Swing high, swing lows. We've had some colossal moves on this level when we have favorable price action, and you're holding above it. So if you're in it, just stick around, man. There very well could be a lot more upside. I mean, you would think at least back to 2,700. If that breaks, probably looking at 2,900. Despite the lack of data, I mean, is it a bull flag? I'm not, is it really a structure? It doesn't have to be, but it's all about the levels. And currently trading above 2,400. You're good. Life is good above 2,400 on Ethereum for now. Still below the 200 moving average. You haven't seen a negative momentum wick since April 13th. But here it is, right? This is the momentum has completely reset. This does not imply one way or another where we're going next, but when momentum resets, you get close to neutral, resolution, impulse. So it could be up or down, but given enough time above 2,400, could be beginning to build positive Momo again. But either way, since that 50% pump in 3 days, not been performing that great. One sec. Yeah, like if you think, oh, well, here's Ethereum paired against Bitcoin. Wow, it had the crazy move, but in the end, is it making a higher high yet? The answer is literally no. Is it above the 200, even close to 200? No. So yes, you get moves like this in massive downtrend. Look, same thing. It's always lower highs. You're probably going to get the same situation. Ethereum paired against Bitcoin. All right. Here's XRP. Snoozer, man. I mean, after it broke the neckline of that inverse head and shoulders, whatever, it ran straight to that inflection point and reversed, and it's just been sitting sideways, but probably going to put in another higher low and probably go retest 265 if conditions stay favorable on Bitcoin. Like we're going all-time highs and all that. You can imagine 265, 272 is going to be the target area again. So you're going to wonder, there's bleeding it out after a nice pump. Many altcoins just sleepwalking, just like me. Yeah, 107. I mean, who could complain, man? Like about anything when Bitcoin's at $107,000 and it's just nonchalant. No big deal, bro. Ha ha ha. Solana, anything above 160 at this point, it's like Ethereum's 2,400 level. You're good. Like there's not much of a structure here. 4 hours. Oh, they all look like head and shoulders. Well, they're not really doing anything, so I'm not holding much weight. But I'm just saying, if you're given enough time above this very real level, you cannot argue with its existence, man. given enough time above this level, you're probably going to go retest the highs at 185 and then 190 finally, right? That's the big target. That's it. I mean, you're doing well, but you're underperforming Bitcoin pretty massively lately because it's the Bitcoin show. It tends to happen like that. Did I lose weight? I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't even know. I'm like, I feel like I'm dreaming right now. This is a dream stream. Is this even live? Was that even real, Anonymous? Do we really look at Trumpcoin? BNB? Dude, this is good. I like this. Wow. Dude, this is, it's like a bull flag almost, right? You don't have to call it a bull flag. Just call it bullish, slightly down sloping consolidation after a massive impulse, where that impulse just happened to be the buyers recapturing a very key inflection point. And now we have favorable price action correlation to the top of that inflection zone above the 200-day simple moving average, Larry. This is great. That's 691 target. And then your stop loss, if you, again, right, it's about the levels. If it falls below the levels, that's new data. That's not good. It could be a lot of downside below levels. But if we're watching the buyers defend the level for 4 days now, pretty much. And so if that holds, if Bitcoin stays elevated and breaks to the upside, you got a 691.80 target again, that retest, and they break that, my God, dude. You'll be heading on to 730 and beyond. So that's some good stuff, right? Very good stuff. I mean, look, dude, it could be as simple as this. Like pretty bread and butter. You almost get a 3-to-1. You don't get a 3-to-1, so you wouldn't be able to take profit if you wanted to strategize a stop below the inflection zone. Okay, it's that old all-time high from April 2021, and it's, been regarded in 2024 and even recently in 2020 March of this year. So, okay, if you can't take profit there, then fine. I don't know if you'd want to move your stop up. You could definitely do it, but you might get stopped out because they push it back down for a test or whatever. But you could get a 3-to-1 right here if you really tried. Or you say, all right, forget it. I'll just be a little more loose on my stop, and I'll just have target 1 be maybe these candle closes on the daily, December and January right here. That's like 720. Easy 4-to-1 reward to risk there for just a continuation pattern, and then some good back tests at key level. So that's a way to size up anything really when it's like this. So. And it all started with a very subtle 886 higher low than the previous low. And now we got a higher high than the previous high. So you got all the makings of a potential trend reversal unfolding on BNB, right? Just definitively by the book. So that'd be target 1. Target 2 would probably be like 750, 758. And then your target 3 would probably just be the 1272830. 830. You go 900. Dang, man, that's crazy good right here. Of the big ones, this is it. This is probably the one for risk management. This is the one. Sometimes it's Solana, sometimes it's XRP, sometimes it's, right, not really Ethereum. Seldom's Ethereum. I mean, it broke out of the channel, right? Ethereum broke out of that channel. It'd been in for freaking 4 or 5 months, and broke above that 1724 level and was 29 level and just holding. I mean, it broke out. It just took a little while. Then it just was up 50% in 3 days. So this is doing something very good. So hype in the chat for BNB. Dude, I got to play it, okay? Nice. I just hope Bitcoin doesn't, I hope we get a freaking rerun. I want a stupid rerun of the upsloping flag breakout we saw May 7th. Let's do it again, man. It'd be way more historic this time if we got it. I just don't know if we're pushing our luck now, because we're just 886, bearish divert. I mean, you do just have, like, sellers do have, like, kind of an argument, like, where, hey, dude, If it did sell off, I couldn't be that surprised. Bitcoin goes up 45% in 42 days or whatever. 1% a day, over 1% a day technically or whatever. That's from the bottom. That's insane. Surely it can't continue, right? You'd think the 886, the shark, would come in. Well, it did, 5%. As soon as the 886 got touched, but then no follow through. Too many bids, too much demand. And now here we are exceeding the 886, making the highest daily candle close, the highest weekly candle close, the highest 3-day candle close, the highest 4-hour. We just had the highest 4-hour candle close in the history of Bitcoin on the last 4-hour candle, if you didn't know. I mean, Jesus chimes within Jesus chimes within Jesus chimes in the past few days. It was nice, but one thing we did not do was make the highest intraday price in the history of Bitcoin. That record still belongs to January 20th's $109,358.01. Okay. Yeah, it was the highest 4-hour candle. Wait, I'm sorry. Was it the highest? Or, no, it was. I'm sorry. It was the second highest. Excuse me. Wake up. Sorry. I'm sleepwalking through the stream, dude, okay? No sleep. Serotonin levels are down. My bad, dude. Second highest ever. Sorry, dude. The highest 4-hour candle close ever was 108.89. Burn me at the stake, I know. Anyway, so those are your big cryptos, man. That's the future. And now I guess we can shift. We looked at the yields. Let's look at gold real quick. Oh, we already looked at gold. See, I've already forgot we looked at gold. Then you got Lind. What's Lind doing? Why? I don't know. All right, Lind, highest price seen today since February 17th. Just been running, kind of pulling a Solana impulse. But consolidation ended, just kept going. There are a couple out there doing that. Let's look at Tron real quick so you can see this. It could end bad, you know. Like I've seen them before. They look so beautiful and just like one huge red can. We're screwed. But like for now, it's like momentum shifting, holding the 200, holding 22.5 cents. Everything's okay. It was doing better, but it's pulled back a lot, right? Not even up 1%. Just targeting for that golden zone, 382 to the 618. All right. Then you just look at stuff like ApeCoin. Forget the daily. We don't care about the daily on ApeCoin. Look, I mean, dude, this is what's ridiculous. And it's like, how could it happen? I don't know. You have these textbook, godlike, weekly M shapes. And it's like, who's going to come in and push this thing to 273, 460? I don't know. But it's like set up for that. Right, the divergence, the type 2 return, it's gorgeous. I don't know how long it would take if it did play out. And then like another flavor, it's ridiculous. It's like, what? How we got a type 2 return on storage and see, this is a problem, man. The underperformance, so it's just, they keep testing, but they're not failing. They're still holding the level. And it's like, this is like 75% target if it plays out. But who knows if it's going to play out because it's storage coin. These are all jokes, man. There's no intrinsic value. There's no way to gauge the value of the asset. But dang, man, the technicals are there. And we've seen them play out before in the past. It's just, will it happen this time? I mean, this is as low as risk of it as it could ever get. I mean, look, this zone here, it just goes back. Look right there, 2017. They're still trying to hold on here. I'm not acting like I know what's going to 75 cents. I'm saying that's the target if this does play out, because we've already done this on stream. Just to refresh, there is not much difference from what I just showed you and ACHR from the Gartley type 1, type 2, correlation type 1, type 2 at the key inflection point with the bullish divergence. It's the same picture, like just different harmonic. Look at ACHR. Look what it did. Oh, look, it graduated from varsity athlete, D1 athlete. Yeah, last week saw its highest price since February 2021. And who knows where this is going to end up. This could very well end up at all-time highs. At some point, something's going on. Not having a good week this week, but it's cooling off.
BTBT looking real juicy right here.
And perfect segue into BTBT. That's what I was going to go to next, dude. You didn't even have to tip. Just kidding. Thank you, dude. Yeah, BTBT. Look at this, man. The spring back test of spring. This was like, all right, we got to do a trade setup. All right, it's just for education purposes. We don't act like we know if these will play out. We just know, like, hey, when buyers recapture key inflection points like they did in history, and then they reconfirm them as support, that's an edge. Okay, there are serious consequences. People have researched and studied spring back tests, and it's beginning, right? The spring back test is beginning, where yesterday you had the highest daily candle close on BTBT, repeating, of course, since March 7th. I mean, look at that, man. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Okay, you same type of behavior we saw in May of last year, 1 year ago, man. Look where this spring back test took you, 435. That's it. I mean, that's Heath. Are miners catching bids? I mean, debatable, I guess. Yeah, they did. It's just kind of like, all right, they're catching bids. You can apply traditional technical analysis for, we use, what is traditional technical analysis? It is a risk management tool. Okay, we're applying that. One could construct a trading plan, right? Stop loss, strategic, stop loss below 180, below the inflection point. We know our upside potential is massive, right? It's an easy 344 target. Blue skies. If it was going to play out, because history shows you the target. That's what it does. It goes to that level. So again, it would, like from the spring back test, the upside potential was like 63%. So it's a good start. Survived earnings. But anyway, yeah. So in the end, right, underperforming Bitcoin could have just been in BitX or something, or owned IBIT calls, or just owned IBIT. You're probably doing better. Portfolio is doing better than just owning BTBT. But yeah, man, it's not to say it can't catch up. That's what they do. They go on crazy runs. And hopefully we can identify the event, the spring back test, the technical event. Anyway. So yeah, it's not really the altcoin world. It's not been that. Unless maybe CRV though. God, still just up here elevated after that M shape completed. And then talk about spring back test, another great example of a spring back test. Godlike. Look at the consequences of that formal recapturing and reconfirmation of validity of area that was once. It was once, undoubtedly. Look, it's not my opinion, dude. It was a swing low. November 2022. Swing freaking low. You know what, dude? And there it was. Like they violated, they recaptured, reconfirmed it. Spring back test. Look at the huge rally.
The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Psalm 19:1 vertical bar. Great to have you back, Ray. Thoughts on GRT?
Thank you, Lena, for the 20 and the gospel. Hype in the chat for Jesus. Well, whatever. We'll just look at GRT right now. Same. It's kind of ugly, but yeah, the weekly. I mean, it's similar-ish to storage, but just kind of whack, right? You got some divergence. A very nice histogram here, right? You're above 10 cents, like that exchange listing low. Also psychological. They're above it, so that's good. But there was a bullish engulfing candle to recapture it on the week of May 5th. But underperforming miserably Bitcoin. So I guess above 10 cents, you're okay. But I guess you have good upside if it plays up. But it's like, who's going to buy it? Who's coming in to push these things way higher? There's too many of them. The guy from Star Wars, in the A-wing before it explodes. He says that. And he was talking about S-coins, not TIE fighters or interceptors. So yeah, whatever. M shape, type 1, possibly ugly, type 2, lower low, the bottom. And that's it. It's just like win bids. It might take a month if it's going to resolve bullishly. Okay. I wish there was more to talk about. All we can do is look at the weekly on these, I guess. And just, it's like more of the same. There aren't many unique looking S coins. Like, whoa, dude. I mean, ApeCoin's unique, and VeChain was unique in its own right because of the beautiful wedge. XLM had a beautiful wedge it broke out of on the daily. Yeah, but just like, oh gosh, I mean, you got like controversy now. It's like, oh, okay, well, is it, you know, it could be momentum shifting. Someone could interpret this as like, you know, the lower low, the lowest low. A neckline develops a higher low, a higher high, possibly developing a higher low. I mean, like, so, but you're below the 200, you're below 30 cents. I think eventually, you know, it's just, will Bitcoin break to all-time highs? Because that's what will be needed for these altcoins to really play out, to perform adequately, moderately. What do you mean moderate? Moderate performance would be when an asset on traditional market, okay, that's where the research is. We're on an untraditional market. Remember, we're clearing the thicket. We're still Lewis and Clark here. We're using our maps and our studies from Europe, but we're in what is current day South Alabama, right? Mobile. Clearing the thicket. We're applying that here. I don't know. These are different bugs, right? Whatever. So commonly on traditional markets, when assets retrace, they retrace between a 38% to 61%. And we're not there yet. So you've only made a 23% retrace. It's a very shallow retrace. So that's typically not the end-all be-all. So we can pull back here, whatever. I mean, it would still be fine even if it did something like this, you know, like whatever. Because it would be putting in eventually a higher low than the lowest low from April 8th. So just underperforming. Win Haysong? Yeah, Huntsville getting hammered, dude. Athens, my buddy played football at Bama with. He's up there, and they're definitely, you know, making precautions. The basement. A powerful storm. Very powerful. Dangerous. We got 8 minutes to the daily close. If you're enjoying the live stream, the long-awaited live stream, hit the like button, the bell, so thanks so much for being here. Okay, let's get a like spike or something for the homecoming. Don't do it for me. Do it for Bitcoin, man. The more likes we get, the higher the probability of an all-time high soon. So they say. Yeah, these altcoins, it's just like, there's so many of them, and it's like, great. I mean, the wedge is just, oh, it should be in a textbook. And there's more upside. That's the good news. If it's just going to do what a traditional market asset does typically when we get wedge breakouts. But it's just like, what will the price of Bitcoin be before it gets there? Will it be 120? Maybe. Oh yeah, we didn't look at the monthly. We got a monthly close in 10 days or so. Let's just look back at it real quick so you don't forget. Okay, don't ever forget. Cup with Hendelman. Oh yeah, shaping up very nice. I mean, we got 11 days, 1 hour till what? The highest monthly close in the history of Bitcoin. Look at that, dude. That's nuts. You got bullish convergence in the bullish control zone. 69.87 on the RSI. So about to maybe get overbought again. But I'm ready for... Let's go to 91. Let's go to 96 on the monthly RSI. Gimme this. Gimme that. The monthly. it's gorgeous, right? I mean, we're up on the month $12,538. Last month we were up $11,648. We just go to that bi-monthly. Huh? What? That's weird. Let's go to the quarterly. What's the quarterly? Oh my God. We still have 1 month and 11 days. Where is this quarterly close going to be at? If the bids come in. I mean, like, we have so far a $24,000 quarterly, say bi-monthly candle so far, because we still have like 41 days to go till this closes, and it's like you're just at the highs of the 3-month right now. I mean, do you think we're gonna get a measured move of cup with handle this quarter? Good God. Okay, it's just wild, man. So it looks like 5 minutes to go on Bitcoin. You ain't breaking the steel wall, dude. It's too much. Only Wall Street's gonna break this, man. As you can see right here, we are going for history, though. I'm glad I'm gonna get to witness it. We had history a couple days ago, less than 5 minutes. They want to stick around so we can play the Jesus chimes and bask in the glory of something that's never happened ever. Okay, sorry. Eyes are like glossed, glazed, whatever you want to say, heavy. I'm spacing out, man. Attention span's just not there. Drinking coffee, and it's like the meme.
I'm late to the stream. Bitcoin has had an 8-week streak only 3 times on the Coinbase chart: September 14, 2015, April 17, 2017, and October 16, 2023. Interestingly, each time after the 8-week streak, the price never revisit that level after breaking out. DHX.
Is that a joint?
Thanks, Birdhouse, for the information. I think everyone in the chat will get value out of that. Very interesting. 3 times, man. Three times we've seen 8-week streak. We're not there yet, though, right? Remember, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're not even at 7 yet. So we went 6 in a row, maybe 7 if we're fortunate sons and some daughters, I guess, right? True. Or you just gotta wonder, in 5 days, 1 hour, what will this candle be? In the end, I don't think it's gonna matter that much. Even if it's a red candle, whatever. Look at this RSI on the weekly, 66.4. Wonderful. So you're well within the bullish control zone on the monthly and on the weekly and on the daily. Or 71.5. What is this? The 3-day, 70, 5-day, 66. There is not one time scale where Bitcoin is not in the bullish control zone. Time scale of significance. Okay. Even the 4-hour itself is in the bullish control zone, above 60. It's incredible how this is going. I mean, I just hope it just doesn't end up like March of last year, April last year. You remember, dude? It was like, we're gonna do it, man. Oh my God, we're gonna over and over. Fail. For 8 months, dude, we had to endure through this consolidation. And it's just, here we are up against a massive level. Destroy the bearish divergence. Okay, chat, it is local on the 8s. Hey, it's crypto order. Hey. I know that guy, man. Hoarder, you should come to Vegas, dude. For everyone should be coming to. I mean, like, what's your excuse? Bitcoin's at 107. Nah, dude. I think I'm just gonna like sit out the Bitcoin conference this year. You realize, like, when the Bitcoin conference comes, it's typically like Bitcoin's not near all-time highs, not at all-time highs. I mean, we crashed last year, like a day or two after. It was like, oh God, the Trump speaking, literally, right? I'll never forget it. The shark was there. Oh God, we got a shark right now. The shark was there. Well, that time it was 1 and 2. It was like a definite confirmation high. There was bearish divergence. There was a supply line being tested. So I'm just saying, man, it was in Nashville, which is cool, dude. You know, hung out with Jake Paul, whatever. It was cool. Good times, but this is Vegas, man. I mean, you know, the lights, the vibes, it's so awesome. Like, I'm not, you know, I think Tom Crown's got me a ticket to the conference, but I probably wouldn't be going if he didn't have me a freebie ticket. So I'm just going because I know I love the food. I want to try out all the stupidly good, expensive restaurants. I want to bathe in butter and garlic. Okay, bathe in it. Lobster tails. There it is, chat. We have history. The highest daily candle close in all of human civilization for Bitcoin. I mean, like, dude, that's it.
That boy is good.
4 strength, 4 stem, leather belt.
Bruh.
History is done. Nah, dude, that's not good enough, okay? Yeah, that just wasn't good. I'm gonna just sit out the Bitcoin conference this year. Like, dude, we're just gonna like hang out. We're gonna, you know, we're gonna like long some S coins, aka, you know, throw $100 at the roulette table together. We're gonna have a beer. We're gonna eat food. We're gonna have a massive gathering like we did both last times. So come on out to Vegas, man. Let's have a good time and celebrate what we just witnessed together. My God. Get some pictures, you know. Hey, look, it's everybody. Let's get pictures. It's a memory, dude. Living life. That's what you do. Okay. But that's like... We can look at the spider real quick if you want, I guess. Spider, what? Meh. Bearish inside bar today. Bearish inside doji star today, kind of. Not great. That's a bearish harami star. That's a potential Japanese candlestick reversal. It just is. You got to get fall through tomorrow to confirm it, but I'm just identifying a potential Japanese candlestick pattern. Okay, it's just there. Long in the tooth rally here. You're not at the 886 yet, though, so at least you got that going for you, which is nice. It's instead of a shark, right? It would be the bat. We're getting close, though, man. We're getting mighty close. 886. Oh, it just happens to line up around $600. Swing high from November. Swing high from December. In January. Yep, you're almost there, man. Like, you're just getting close to the completion of a W shape. Like, Bitcoin was just like, maybe it just blasts through it like it's nothing, sure, but man, it's like kind of, that was a big rally off the lows. I mean, you know, the S&P 500 up 23% in 43 days. Massively underperforming Bitcoin, by the way. Massively. But you're just there, okay? So you might react. You might get a pull, you might fill a gap, 566, pivot, back test 564, and then run again, and we rip to all-time highs, whatever. You're just getting there. Dow Jones, I don't think Scott Carney's going. Could ask him. Dow Jones underperforming the spider really bad, right? Because what's the retrace here? You haven't even made a 78% retrace yet. So struggling massively, where the spider is up here. If you're just tuning in, Bitcoin moments ago made its highest daily candle close in the history of the chart. Human civilization, right? I mean, think about it. Monkeys turning into, humans, and then mutations, and oh, look, dude, fire. We discovered fire. And then, oh, look, there's this shiny rock. It's gold, dude. Whoa, what? Irrigation systems? Oh, my God. Law and order? Huh? Civilization? All those people, right? And Bitcoin never closed as high as it just did. How could you not be hype about that, man? Well, Neanderthals, whatever, web dev newbie, okay? Whatever, okay? We're not going to go into the discussion of that, okay? I was trying to make a point of where we were. Oh, we were getting wrecked by like massive, carnivorous cats. And not dinosaurs, but deviations of them. Yeah, man, it was tough times back then for our ancestors, okay, that weren't quite us yet, but evolved into us. And they had never seen Bitcoin this high. That was my point. God, let me have fun. So buy ApeCoin. Just kidding. So the NASDAQ, it's a green inside bar today, stalling out. It's another, like, it's kind of in line with the spider, with the S&P 500, the bat W shape, unlike Bitcoin's shock, nearing the 886, not quite there yet. You got a little more upside before you complete it. But man, it's just a lot of green candles. Okay. But you look at like something like Apple, and it's like it doesn't really look good. I mean, IWM. We'll look at the Mag 7 real quick. Okay. IWM. It's just up against the resistance. Unfilled gaps below you. I don't know if it's going to break upwards. It's the worst performing of the index funds. So probably like, do you want to put your money in the worst performing of the index funds? Probably not. Probably looking for the right. We want to place our bets on the fastest horses. IWM, fat, stupid horse. Not very good performing horse. Okay. Loses all the races. Okay, Mag 7. Yeah, man, and Tesla even like, this is what I'm saying, like Bitcoin, look what it just, what am I saying to you? All-time highs just now, and then you 6 of the 7 down, and then Tesla that was up like 3+% today only closed up 0.5%. Weakness. Not magnificent, malignant. So we'll start with the best, and it was Tesla. Yeah, dude, today, intraday, made its highest price since February 20th, and kind of no man's land. I don't know, you say 358's there, sure. This one's been doing great, I mean. But yeah, unfilled gaps below you. Not much to do here, right? I mean, there's not much resistance either, like 381. You're in, flip your coin on if we're going to go, retest 300 first before pivoting, going higher to 400, or just running sooner. Very tough to say. Nothing's implying one way or another. But again, remember, we talked about this. The only one of the Mag 7 that has Bitcoin on its balance sheet happened to be the only one that was up today. But it was barely. Then you got Microsoft that closed down 0.15%. Okay, remember, they voted no on putting Bitcoin on the balance sheet unanimously. Freaking boomers, dude. Don't worry. All we gotta do is just keep living, chat. All the boomers will retire or they will get fired because they don't understand. They just can't change, right? Like the older people get, man, like, right, the younger you are, you're like a wet clay. And the older people get, that clay hardens. And the harder it is for that person to change. So eventually, nature will do its thing, and we got like 10,000 boomers retiring a day or something crazy. So the more closed-minded people that exit the workplace, that are in positions of power, you know, the greater the probability of eventually these bigger companies adopting Bitcoin, putting it on the balance sheet, because they realize it's here to stay and there's nothing you can do about it no matter how much you hate it. They're just gonna be buying it at stupidly higher prices. Oh, they're too smart for their own good. That's what Michael Saylor is talking about, man. You gotta have courage, not brains. Too many geniuses, not enough people with courage, right? The geniuses, they come up with 10 plus reasons to not own Bitcoin. So Microsoft, here it is, right? It's very elevated. It's been the best of the Mag 7 in its recovery, for sure. Pretty much flat today. Meta, you know, on the retrace, right? Talk about golden zone retraces, high to low, right? Unlike the altcoins on their, think about how bad the altcoins are, man. Right? Bitcoin exceeding an 88% retrace. Meta hitting the golden pocket, 65% retrace. Then you got Ethereum that, okay, had been hit, it finally hit a 382. Had to go up 50% in 3 days, hit a 382.
Thank you for sharing your knowledge over the years.
It's anonymous. Thank you so much, dude. Hey, man. It's an honor. Thank you so much for giving me a chance, an opportunity to do what I can, you know. You could watch anyone, and you're like, oh, I'm going to watch Ray. And it's like, dude, I appreciate it. Thank you, man, for giving me a chance. Everyone in here, thank each and every one of you. I'm very grateful for this audience, my viewers. Y'all are amazing. I love y'all. So thank you for that. Anyway, so... right, that 618, the common retrace, you've hit the top of the golden zone. Underperforming Bitcoin, by the way. You just had to, okay, it doesn't require rocket science. Look here, you know, you got NVIDIA, really good retrace. Not a 78% retrace yet. Bitcoin outperforming NVIDIA. Bitcoin be 149 if it was NVIDIA right now. Nearing all-time highs. So, flat. I mean, down 0.88% today. A lot of unfilled gaps, man. It's just weird. It's like, are these gaps going to fill? You know they're going to fill. It's just like when gap fills. Long in the tooth, extended wave, and it's like, will they pull back and fill sooner or later? Ticking time bombs almost. Apple, ugh, I don't know. I mean, like, cool that they put in a confirmation low here, but how are you making bearish divergence? High. And like a confirmation high, both highs, the buyers were unable to go test the undeniable level of inflection at 216 to 220. So gross, man. So pretty neutral, right? Where you got two confirmation low, but now you have a confirmation high. It's like remember confirmation high? What happened here? Yikes. I hope that's not the case again on Apple. I hope not, man. Now, it would be cool, though, if like, oh, no, confirmation high, they sell it off, and then we get something like this. Oh, boy. And then we get, right, some like sort of type of rule of three structure and like a nice you could like maybe enter instead of a tight stop loss below 196. Maybe try your luck. Could get stopped out easily, but maybe good upside if that happened. But yeah, just kind of like not great. Amazon down 1%. What did it do? It hit the golden retrace, the top of the golden zone. And it's just pulled back. But it's anything above 199.85 is great here. Just unfill gaps.
Would you take a look at $cookie/USDT by bit? Thanks.
Cookie. Anonymous, thanks for the 20. We will look at the cookies, man. We'll do it. Yeah, so it's like these things just kind of run to their Fibonacci retracements. Their 618s are great checkpoints. They're great stopping. They're great reaction points, but they're probably not the end-all be-all reversal. Like, it's like probably not over for Amazon. That's they pause or they pull back, might fill a gap, and then they run eventually later to 225, 233, the 786, 886, the deeper retraces to complete that mega wave structure. Where you're thinking like, it's the same thing, right? Massively underperforming Bitcoin, though. That's the name of the game of all the Mag 7s. If this was the Bitcoin chart, Bitcoin would be $239. So it was like, on the recovery, if you picked Bitcoin as your Pokemon, I'd choose you in my portfolio. You won. You had the most powerful Pokemon. We're talking about these multi-trillion-dollar market cap companies underperforming Bitcoin. And that's definitive, right? We're using Fibonacci retracements from the low, where it was the low for everything, including your scammiest of scam altcoins. And most of those scammy altcoins that you love, dude, oh yeah, man, put it in a Happy Meal at McDonald's. You loved them that much. They're like hitting 23% retraces. They're barely doing anything. They're still, right now, with Bitcoin, look at Bitcoin 1071. Your Beanie Baby, you wish, was a Happy Meal, 23% retrace. And then Google, the worst. They had their event, kind of disappointing, bearish engulfing candle, tested 168, 63. It's a resistance again below the 200. The worst, absolute worst performing of the Mag 7. The worst, okay? How do we know? Fibonacci. 38% retrace is all you've gotten, right? We just looked at Meta, 65%, Amazon up there, 61% retrace, Nvidia nearing a 78% retrace, or on the way anyway. Tesla, I didn't even do Fibonacci, but we know this one's good. This one's like, what, 50%? Looks like 50% eyeballing it. Let's see. 50% retrace, Dallas theory right there. All outperforming Google. Something's going on. So it's like, is it just lagging behind? Does that mean it has more upside? Well, my God, dude, got to do something. You got to eventually start catching up, and it's not. Ugh. Are we okay, chat? That's the Mag 7. The Mag 7. Cookie coin, though, dude. Jimmy, you going to buy a Lambo? Good luck, dude. Lamborghinis, like, I really love the SUV Lambo. Never been into, like, the car Lambos, the supercars. I like my BMW M5 Competition sedan, fastest combustion sedan in the world. But when you're driving it, no one would know. No one, unless there's a car person or right people that know. And those are the people you want to know. The right eyes. Lambos, everyone like, oh God, Lambo, Brad, you could buy a Lambo and live in it, dude. Come on. Easy. Tesla Max is an electric vehicle, not combustion, right? Yeah, so that's like, we're talking about horses and buggies, dude. We're not talking about cars, new age cars, like electric, all right? Not fair. I think it's pathetic, right? Like, what are these newer, like, Dodges, like the Challengers or whatever, the Hellcats? The electric, they have audio, like, instead of an exhaust, there's like a sound bar behind the car. So when you turn it on, roar, it makes like a freaking combustion sound. Even that's so bad, dude. Who in the world would buy that? You'd have to be so dumb to want to buy that. Anyway, let's look at Cookie Coin. All right, Cookie Coin's going to get us to the Lambos we've always dreamed of. On Bybit, of course. Oh my God, Cookie looks great. Kind of. Bro, dude, this is like trade setup worthy almost. I mean, it could be better, right? But like, okay, all we're doing is identifying price action and how it correlates to a level. Okay, is this level controversial? No, look, they test the first time ever, right? It was June 2024, and then again later in the month, and then it reversed. Okay, and then it was tested, and you see it was, oh, okay, being correlated was resistance. Look right here. Pulled back and broke it. But then it became support. Okay. Then it was resistance before collapsing. So it's very real historically. There's significance to this level, 14.3 cents. But now maybe, just maybe, if Bitcoin doesn't crash, you might be doing the thing that you've always wanted the thing to do. Where you do potentially have hidden bullish divergence developing on the RSI dependent on if we start catching bids soon. That's a big if, man. But I would say it would probably be pretty easy to manage risk here on Cookie Coin. I know, dude. It's not about Cookie Coin. It's about the education, man. And like simple enough. Where will we maybe have a profit-taking level? Will be equitable? 23 cents maybe? Absolutely. 23 cents gives you a 3.3 to 1 reward to risk, right? Where your stop loss would be strategically placed below that level that was identified. Below the level where locally they're favorably testing it. Not once, but twice. That's like it, man. I mean, that's how Cookie Coin could be played if you were out there, and you better, if you don't strategize Cookie Coin right now, it's over. Okay. Hands up. That's it. Target 2 would be, who knows, Cookie Coin. There's like a inflection. That would be target 2. It would be legit like, oh, I'm a conservative trader. Oh no, I'm just a complete degen. It'd be like 1 and 2. It'd be like T-ball, Babe Ruth. That's how you'd probably play Cookie Coin. You could say, all right, that wick would be target 2 and this would be target 3. You could do that too, whatever. But that's it, man. It's not about Cookie Coin. It's about if this was Google, if this was Bitcoin, if this was gold, if this was cattle futures, it could be strategized the exact same way. That's what this is about, not Cookie Coin. So great request in that regard. So people that are like newer or watching, or people that are not newer, it like reinforces like the things you want to see happen on an asset for it to possibly be actionable. That's right. Nice find, Cookie Hunter. Yeah. What's your favorite cookie? All right, here's Bitcoin. You see on the new day, Asia's awake. Asia sells, dude, right? If they buy, they sell it a couple hours later always. Right? That was Asia. That wick up there. Oh yeah, they dumped it. So yeah, here we are, man. Like, this is very real. Like, supply line, inflection zone. You know there's supply here. It's like, are there enough people on the other side of the planet that are going to be able to absorb all the supply that exists at this level? Probably not. We will see. We don't know, but you just know where we are, right? You're not at a support. You're not at a demand line. You're at a supply line. And a very real inflection point from December and January. White chocolate macadamia, you got it, dude. That's all you, man. You can have all that. No one even answered. Brad was the only one that participated in the cookie question. What was your favorite cookie? Wow. Wow. Okay. No one here is getting cookies in Vegas. Have I heard about the whale accumulating Ethereum? Yeah, I'm getting emails about it, dude. I don't know. What is it? Let me pull it up real quick. It is... I don't even know where the email is, man. Maybe it's another email. Yeah, it's BTCS Incorporated acquired 3450 Ethereum, 8.42 million, expanding Ethereum holdings to 12,500. Okay, yeah, people are acquiring 9,000. They're 12,000 from 9,000. I don't know. That's not really a big deal. That's kind of like minnows, you know. Yeah, we looked at Metaplanet. It went nuts, dude. Cookie Coin, unbelievable. I hope it plays out. I'm in the chat for Cookie Coin. How does it play out, though, with Bitcoin up against a supply line and an overhead resistance at the same time? Yeah, I don't know, man. Very interesting. All right, I've been live an hour and a half now, chat. Double chocolate chip, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah, triple chocolate chip, actually. Man, it's got to be like hot, super hot, where it's like all melty and gooey, when it's almost like, oh my God, the majority of the cookie is chocolate chips, but they're all melted. And then you have like a glass of whole milk and possibly a little bit of heavy whipping cream in the whole milk mixed up. Oh my God. That would be it for me. All right, so there you are. What a freaking close. We made history, but there's still work to be done, man. And you can see the work above my head. Not able to break these levels yet, but maybe later. All right, well, I appreciate y'all coming out. Thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. I gotta get some rest, man. I gotta get some food, and then I gotta get some rest. I am a zombie. Until I get some REM cycle sleep, it's gonna remain that way. So thank y'all so much for coming out. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'll be back till next time. Respect the TA.